Welcome to your sacred sexual awakening. The love stream is about to begin. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, yeah. Welcome to your sacred sexual awakening. This is Shaft Uddin, and this episode is... Are you fucking judging me right now, huh? Are you judging me? Are you looking at me funny? Are you trying to put me in a box? Well, it's all about judgment. Do you know, here's 10 points. 10 points coming straight at you. Send me a message. What is the biggest price for freedom? Do you know? Do you know what it is? I give it... What is it? It's judgment. This is the price you have to pay for truly being yourself. And remember, judging me doesn't define who I am. It defines who you are. And I'm going to read you a message because I'm a very tantraversial person and I get judged a lot, and I have been arrested and everything like that for being a tantra person because I'm dangerous. I'm not, I'm just a dude hanging out with my mates, but people who don't know who I am judge me, and they send me messages like this. I got this yesterday. My side hustle is a very successful business, and my previous life I used to work in advertising, Saatchi and Saatchi and Fox TV, Disney and Smirnoff and Shell Oil, cigarette brands, Guinness. Like, I worked for the biggest brands. I'm as Ron Burgundy would once say, I'm kind of a big deal. And I get a lot of messages, a lot of emails from people, and they get highly triggered by my activities. And for my new side hustle, the backlash has already begun. Some triggered hippies have somehow discovered my other hugely successful business. And this successful business that I run with a fellow Aquarian and other Swedish super hot Vikings, it started off in Tantra Island, this business during the Corona time. Either your Corona karma, your COVID karma was amazing, which mine was, or it destroyed you. The choice is yours. And during the lockdown period on Tantra Island, we created a very successful business. A business that will have huge global impact. That's the plan. But it's a super secret business that I'm running. And it's 100% highly tantraversial. It's the thing that funds everything at the moment. It is an outrageous business, and my background is business. Like, I'm a Bangladeshi. I've done all the rags to riches stories and gave it all away and became like a hippie, and now I'm back. But this is also the reason why I'm leaving this bubble. It's time for me to get back to where I belong. Advertising, TV, the media. I need to get back to being in the high-end world of entertainment. I've recently just been on Netflix. I'm a professional showman. Like, that's what I used to be. I used to dance with like the Maya dancers and used to be a break dancer on stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Like, I've got a very outrageous background. I'm an artist, and I need to stay well away from people that don't get it. You know who I'm talking about. The fucking hippies. The spiritual people. The idiots, I call them. Idiots from the phrase from Nathan Barley. Yes, I am that old. A lot of young kids won't understand it or know who Nathan Barley is. Brilliant TV show, check it out. And it's up to me not to let the people with 0% experience in running high-end events let me, I can't let them get me down, but I do, because I'm surrounded by these idiots, I call them. And my CV, my entrepreneurial CV, my business CV, which is on LinkedIn or silenseat.co.uk or Shaftuddin on LinkedIn. I work with Disney, I work with Fox TV, I work with Smirnoff, I work on high-end entertainment level. And this spiritual hippie bubble they are thinking way too small, way too small. And I was brainwashed by them. And there's a bunch of people that are leaving the corporate world, and you're going to get brainwashed by them as well. Because you're in a fragile state of mind, because you're having some kind of nervous breakdown, burnout, terrible breakup, or death in the family, and you're going through your awakening. So watch out, because they're going to fuck you over. And I've literally woken up from the idiots, the spiritual people. And remember, I'm an Aquarian. And I don't listen to anybody. And I got this message yesterday night. And it goes a little something like this. It came on my Instagram. Shafted in. Hi, Shaft. It is an interesting find, and she sent me my side hustle business. I need to share this with you right away. I have never spoken to you. And I've never spoken to or met you in person on the island. I'm a first timer and a first timer visitor on Koh Phangan and even Thailand. And I landed here on the end of January. I've co-hosted and facilitated some play parties and workshops in the sex positive scene in London, which I've personally left because it's a bit dysfunctional and full of drug addicts. And since in Thailand, as it's gotten quieter, I've heard about the Neo-Tantra people and activities and started following you on Instagram. It shocks me a bit that you call your channel the side hustle, which I can't talk about just yet, conscious ... I mean, of course you're free to do what you want with your life, but I wonder what you're actually standing for. Viewing these two profiles, you seem super hypocritical. I would really appreciate an answer from you. She's demanding to know what's going on in my mind. So, my fellow Aquarians, my fellow entrepreneurs, my fellow world changers, the people who aren't in the spiritual community, the people who have jobs, the people who are having global impact, we get it. We're here, we are literally here to fuck things up. We're the renegades, that's why Tantra works. This company that I started, back in Corona time, a long time ago now, has literally saved my life and the people I'm working with. A lot of us had a few mental issues and a few relationship problems, and now they have found the love of their lives and they live with them. Mental issues have slowly faded away. We found purpose. We found something to direct all of our negative thoughts and self-doubt into, and now we've turned it into global impact. Our vision, the side hustle, is outrageous. My main vision, sacredsexualawakening.com, shafted in on YouTube and Instagram, is the thing that keeps me alive and happy. Love, success, purpose. This is what we're doing. This is not going to make a lot of people happy, especially the stuff that we're doing. You got to remember, what I've done in my past life is massively controversial. Polyamorous unicorn sex cult leader. That's what I was. I was a drug addict who is fully recovered, who has 1 million views on how to take ketamine. Conscious ketamine. What I'm doing doesn't make sense. I'm a unicorn who gives yoni massages for a living. I'm working with sexual trauma victims who is a hedonist, former rebel, and now a space holder for women. Like, none of this makes sense. I worked for the devil, advertising, and now I'm selling self-love to you, advertising. Like, I'm a genius level human, but a lot of people will think I'm a madman. And trust me, I get a lot of messages about that. Judging me doesn't define who I am, it defines who you are. Judgment is the biggest dream killer. When you share your most outrageous dreams to your friends and family, the first thing they will do is shut you down. When I shared my story around my other company being valued at almost $1 million, €1,000,000, they told me exactly what to do. Sell it, sell the money, make the money. The $1 million company is in my brain, and it's with my other company shareholders. Like, it's the companies are paying for what's inside of us. Because we've got an amazing idea and we're not afraid to change people's perceptions on the planet. I'm literally being controlled by the galactic forces, the puppet masters. I'm open to being a vessel for change, and I'm open to, being this Viking warrior dad that I am now. Yeah, I've changed archetypes again, by the way. And stand up for honor, loyalty, brotherhood, valor. Like, I am open to, like I said, I got arrested for being tantric, for fuck's sake. You could check out my video on Uddin. This controversy has only really begun since 2014, 2015, when I got into the spiritual bubble. According to normal perception of reality, if you become more spiritual, there'd be less judgment. It turns out spiritual people are fanatics. They're walking on very thin ground. They have left one belief system to find another belief system, and they are not very sound in their belief, from what I've experienced. Remember, I'm talking about my own personal story. I've also decided last night to change everything. Like, I'm 40, I've got the next decade to create another outrageous existence for myself. When I look back at my 30s to 40s, for 7 years of my life I thought I was a unicorn. For 2 years of my life I thought I was a sacred sexual Jedi. For 1 year of that life I thought I became Uddin. It's an outrageous life I live. It doesn't make any sense, but guess what? I'm really successful at it. Because I'm clever. I'm really successful at it because I am courageous. But I'm also successful at it because I've paid a fortune on therapy to overcome your opinions, your projections, your perceptions, and your judgments. The amount of people that stay away from me in the Tantra and spiritual communities because they built up a huge story around me. The amount of people that will not work with me because of some fabricated story around me. I'm a man working with sexual energy and a lot of money, which makes me very, very inspiring for a lot of people. And, I do make vast amounts of wealth doing what I do because, I'm clever. Businessman, as well as a healer, as well as a showman, as well as someone who's sharing his truth, honesty, vulnerability to you. But there's a lot of people, spiritual people, who are new into the game and into the bubble, or very, very old in the game and very brainwashed and highly sensitive, will judge. They're the ones that will spread gossip about someone that they have never met. But there are some brave people who have reached out and messaged me and actually met me in reality and confronted me for me being who I am. Like, at the height of my fame, 16 million views, 2 million views, 1 million views on different platforms, different things, people would come up to me and literally projectile vomit their shit onto me. And I have to just go, okay, feel better now? Want to be friends? Want to grab a coconut and, like, you know, thanks for telling me about all your daddy issues, your mummy issues, and all your stories around your traumas, and blaming me. Let's become friends. Let's have a human conversation. A friend of mine described it as he's a Jew and from Israel, I can't remember where. And Americans come up to him and he says where he's from, and they start telling him about the problems in Israel, telling him about the terrors that is out there. And he's from that country, and he has to just take on all of their stuff that they've listened to on the news. None of them that they've experienced in real life or anything like that. So this is what a lot of people at a high level have to deal with. People's projections, perceptions, and judgments. Haters are gonna hate. Like, I'm like a juicy Jesus who's been crucified on social media. This is what happens to people who are getting themselves out there. It does take a lot of courage, but you also need therapy to deal with people's comments, especially people's comments that come from people you love. You know, people you put up on a pedestal, your teachers, people who are higher up in the industry, and start saying, you're a bad person, you are not allowed to do this. So I was a very bad person according to some of the schools I studied at. The New Tantra, TNT in Sweden, like I became a tantric gigolo as soon as I did one course, and they found out, because you're meant to do all of their courses, and it's only until you get level 9 or something you become a tantric gigolo. I just did it straight away. And I was very successful. And then they found out. And then they all ganged up on me and said I was a bad person. I've met a lot of people from this community who were told that they weren't ready to be a healer. They weren't ready because they haven't paid all this money to do level 1 to level 10. They're a mess 6 years later. They still haven't done what they were meant to do because their gurus told them they weren't ready. Everyone, I'm speaking to you. I'm a tantric sex guru. I tell people how to live their lives. Don't listen to us. Listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Check in with yourself. Listen to your body. And do what is right for you. Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you. We're just here to give you some pointers, to give you some tools that work. Because the tools we're giving you is not only in Tantra, yoga, meditation, science, personal development, Tony Robbins, Les Brown. It's everywhere. We're giving you the same fucking tools. It's a no-brainer. They work. You will overcome all of your mental illnesses. But the biggest thing you need to do is when you become truly free, everyone will start throwing stones at you because you're different to everyone else. People, especially the people closest to you, will say, you've changed. Oh, we don't recognize you anymore. Oh, no, you're doing something weird. No, we don't like that anymore. Who are you? What are you trying to become? Ooh. It's up to you to believe in yourself. to give yourself enough self-love, to have the right therapy and the right training to rise above the comments. And when people used to say that to me, I'm like, how the fuck do you rise above any of this stuff? This is destroying me. That person who said that thing to me, I love them. I look up to them. They're the ones that are running all the main things in my industry, Tantra. How am I meant to overcome this? I must be a bad person because that person said I'm a bad person. Turns out that person who said that thing, your teacher, my guru, doesn't have the background of an advertising executive, doesn't have the background of dancing in front of 100,000 people as a performer, doesn't have the background of working with massive corporations, dealing with $1 million budgets from big corporations like Guinness, Mercedes, Samsung. Check out my LinkedIn, Shaft Uddin. They haven't got any of these things. They weren't a drug addict or a hedonist. They haven't lived the life, and they're telling you how to live your life. Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you. I am constantly bombarded by messages from people who are saying I'm doing bad. But guess what? I'm constantly being bombarded by way more messages from people who are saying I'm amazing. Me being a human, I will listen to the 2, 3, maybe 4 messages a year from people who say you're a bad person. Because I'm a human, I'm still working on myself. Because what I'm doing is putting my soul out there. I'm an artist. I'm trying to help as many people as possible. I'm here to just share my story. That's all I'm doing. I'm also aware that I'm a provocateur. I'm also aware that I'm an Aquarian, a pioneer, and someone who is here to give you a different narrative. There are other ways of living your life. There are other ways of loving. There are other ways of living your purpose. And there are other ways of creating your own reality. I am many things. And whatever I believe I am, I will become. It's up to me not to listen to you. Haters gonna hate. That's a reality. It's only when I was working in advertising did I see the power of people's comments. I remember seeing a video reach millions of people. I was doing research on I used to work on charity brands as well, like hippies. I've done a lot for humanity, just so you know. I've done a lot for humanity and paid vast amounts of tax for the infrastructure of my country than you fucking hippies. And I saw an amazing video, a charity video, about a girl in the Western world, and she was in a water environment, and if it's something that we could relate to, especially of a Western white girl, and just imagining the reality, which is, you know, some Middle Eastern girl and going through this, and it was a very powerful piece of putting yourself in the position of someone in the Middle East. And I was in tears when I was doing this research for this charity brand. I never used to read the comments of anything. And I thought, wow, this was so powerful, I'm going to read the comments. I read the comments, and there was not one positive comment. It was really, really bad. It was so much trolling. It was insane, the amount of bad comments there were for something I thought was so beautiful. And this thing was an award-winning piece. In my industry, it's like Cannes Lion Prize winning stuff. So that made me realize that people's opinions doesn't really matter. But that was before I was famous. When I became the brand, the person, and I got all those comments, I used to keep them all in a folder, screenshot all of them. And I used to screenshot the good stuff, people's compliments, and all the trolling. They were really good things to laugh about at dinner parties. But there was no way to deal with the things that I got from my friends. Like, I've lost a lot of friends because of what I do. They couldn't understand why I had stopped drinking. They couldn't understand why I was, as some friends, as some of my old friends described, I don't understand, you're finger banging girls for 3 hours and you're not even watching Netflix and you're getting paid for it. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make sense what I'm doing, but it makes sense now because the work I'm doing, sacredsexualawakening.com, is on the NHS. The world has finally caught up with yoni massage, trauma release therapy, somatic bodywork. People have finally realized, yes, it's all in the body, and talking therapy takes you to one level, but if you don't address the issues in your body, then you're just fucked. And you're just going to go around talking. This is why this stuff is powerful, and this is why this stuff works on the scientific level. Somatic bodywork. And that is a big buzzword at the moment right now. Somatic awareness. So it is up to us to do the work so we can express ourselves, share our unusual practices, which eventually doesn't become unusual anymore. When you're a pioneer, when you're a leader, it's going to be lonely at the top, and it's hard. And I've constantly seen myself at the forefront of change on the planet. I've always been ahead of my time, and it's taken a few years for the world to catch up with me. Not everyone was a unicorn back in 2011. Not everyone was into Tantra back in 2014. Not everyone was doing conscious ketamine back in 2018. Like, ketamine was not a drug that was highly used in PTSD, depression, and things like that. Now it's gotten so much awareness about it being a wonder drug for mental health, and psychedelics and things like that being a wonder drug for mental health. I personally don't use any of this stuff anymore to do any of this stuff to heal. I'm very much into Tantra and the esoteric practices of sex magic, all sober, and going into different theta, delta, alpha brainwaves to get into those states. Like I said, I'm a genius. Like, I get it. Like, I could do things with my mind now that I can manifest anything into reality. And this is why I help so many people, because it's not that hard. People will hate people that they don't understand and fear. Haters gonna hate. They will see me walking on water and people will say, look at that fucker walking on water. He's walking on water because he can't even swim. I have a lot of people on my Facebook, which is not a safe space for me, by the way, to share anymore, because I get trolled by my old friends. And I realize that I need to clear a lot of stuff for where I'm heading. For the last 6 years, last 10 years, I've been in the hippie bubble, which is amazing. I had the best time. I was a unicorn, had the best time. Love you, the fabulous of unicorns. Thank you for creating this wonderful unicorn empire with me. Couldn't have done it without you. It was always a group thing. Thank you to Tantra Bubble. You have been amazing. Spiritual Bubble, go fuck yourself. No, seriously, go love yourself. That's what I'm saying. Really, you could probably put your fingers inside your vaginas or your bum holes and masturbate and love yourselves and do mindful masturbation practices. Check out my videos on that on Sacred Sexual Awakening, Uddin and YouTube on this love streams. Like, seriously, it's time for me to move on. Time for me to get back on the mainstream. This is why I'm doing this video. Because when I start getting trolled again, which I will, and in which I do, I'm just going to copy and paste this video into the troll feed. So all you trolls, I get it. You're fucked. You're all offended, easily triggered. You're on a fragile sense of self. I get it. You're spending a lot of time by yourself in front of this computer. I am as well. But I'm also making sure that I'm out there, making love with as many beautiful Viking women as possible. And making sure that I have a brotherhood of powerful Viking dads around me. I'm in community, I'm in society, making a difference. I've had huge global impact and I will have that again. I'm moving forwards with what I believe in, and that is Shaft Uddin. My side hustle is outrageous. My other businesses are outrageous. My life is outrageous. You're not gonna understand what I'm doing. But there are a select few people who do. And when I say select, I'm saying millions of people. There are more people that love me than hate me. That is a fact. But the loudest volume you will hear is the volume of hate. The most powerful voice you will hear is the most fearful voices. Sadly, they're the ones that have the most power, and they're the ones that, will scare more people and get me into trouble. I've seen this on the trolling threads where women understand who I am and they do love and adore me because, I'm creating safe spaces for you guys and been doing it for years. And my website, sacredsexualawakening.com, is so transparent. You can't fuck up in this business when you're that transparent with loads of levels that you got to get through to finally have a session with me. Safety is my priority, especially my safety around people I've never met off the internet. That is my priority. But when I see trolling on the internet, and I love trolling on the internet now because I am nothing without the algorithms, without each message being posted on a troll feed, which only lasts for 3 days. There's a science behind the trolling, by the way. Remember, I'm a genius. There are always men who are saying to these women who go, wow, I really feel his energy is really nice. Actually, I really like him. And they go, don't listen to him. He was once a unicorn sex cult leader. Watch out. Watch out, he's a predator. The irony is I would really like to be a predator. That means I have a lot of confidence and could overcome my fear of approaching and fear of rejection. Still working on it. One day I will be a sacred sexual predator. In the best sense, which is someone who goes out and gets what he wants. So I see the trolls and how their brain works. They're looking for external validation on the social media. They love to see the amount of thumbs up and likes that they get on their comments, and that makes them feel good. There is a psychology behind the trolling, and since 2014, I've been playing with that dynamic. And now I've got a copy and paste thing in my notes, which basically is I start trolling myself. I know how to convert all the trolls into likes and follows because I'm clever, and I've done it for so long. I always get amazing, beautiful, hot women who message me directly. And we become friends, sometimes lovers, and sometimes clients. sacredsexualawakening.com. The trolls create the publicity, and I welcome it now. It was one of my divine manager, Katja, my manager in Germany. who sorts out all my retreats and stuff, she said to me the most profound thing about judgment. She said, with every comment you get on your social media, you make £1 in your bank account. I didn't get that at first, but now I get it. I also get the algorithms, and I also get how it works, because without the trolls and the haters, I'm nothing. I realize the good comments don't really get you anywhere. The bad comments get you everywhere. The more outrageous you are, the more people go, oh, there's a guy who was a drug addict and now he's working with addiction people whilst giving them yoni massages. Oh, there's a guy who used to be a unicorn and now he's something else and he's doing some weird stuff with dudes. People love people who are a little bit crazy. Here's to the crazy ones. Here's to the pioneers. Here's to the people who broke the mold. There's so many people who died poor and lonely. And there are so many people that were killed for what they believed in. And it's only centuries, decades, or just years or months later did people realize that insane person was speaking the truth. We don't burn people anymore. But in some countries they still do. We don't kill people anymore for what they believe in. But in some countries we still do. We don't set women on fire for being sexually liberated. But in some countries, they still do. In this country, in the Western world, we do all of that, burning them on social media. We cancel them. We ruin men's livelihoods. We ruin women's reputations by calling them out by an angry mob of offended people. I will use this video to say fuck you to all the idiots that troll me. And I'm going to copy and paste it into every single trolling feed I get from now on. I am living my truth. I am an artist. I cannot stop speaking my truth. Everything I create won't make sense for you, but it will make sense for you, and you, and you, and you. I cannot please everyone. Judging me doesn't define who I am. It defines who you are. Judging me so quickly, again, shows more about you than it does me. So please, go fucking love yourself. Get out of that room, get out of that dark basement, and start connecting with humans. Start hanging out in a community. Check out Shaft Uddin on Instagram. I'm actually living life. I cannot take criticism from idiots like you who's watching this video. Tiny minority, by the way. Everyone else is amazing, by the way. Love you, love you, love you. But there are a tiny minority who are like the fat, overweight, beer drinking fans of football who are watching something on the TV screen and saying, God damn it, you could have kicked that ball better. I could have managed that team better. Criticism. Their heart rates, their blood pressure is boiling. But they're fat, overweight, and they're not Ronaldo. Whereas Ronaldo is a high-end performer, and he's on the pitch every single day training to get that ball in that goal. He's the one on the pitch playing. He does not listen to anyone in the stands, in the crowd. He doesn't listen to anyone watching the game on their social media feeds or their TVs. He is in the game. I am in the game. I am making a difference on this planet by being myself. You can all make a difference on the planet by being yourself. But it's hard because the biggest price to freedom is judgment. From the ones that you love, from people you've never met, but most of all, yourself. It's up to you to not get brainwashed by people around you. So always surround yourself with people better than you. Always surround yourself with better versions of yourself. And I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has loved and supported me for all these years. Without you, I would have lost myself. I would have crumbled to the people's opinions, projections, perceptions, and judgments. And I still sometimes do. But I have a tool that I developed over the years to deal with the comments. And it's in my phone. And I'm going to give it to you because no one gave it to me. I developed it myself because I'm a genius. This tool is in your notes, because everything you're going to deal with is never in real life. No one will ever come up to you and punch you in the face for being you and posting that thing on social media that triggered them, because they're weak and get easily offended. These aren't strong people. So these people exist only online, and they hide behind what I'm hiding behind, which is a TV screen. So you have to punch them in the face with what you want to say. Boom! In your notes. So there's going to be a bunch of comments that's going to be coming towards you on your social media or personal messages. What you want to do is in your notes write down. In fact, let's see what I've actually written down. I actually will do this live because I need to do this for my sanity, so I could so I could go to sleep at night. Trolling. Let's find it. Trolling. Here we go. How to overcome trolling. This is a note to myself. If I'm triggered, just write what you want to write here and don't send it, or just simply reply, "Thank you for sharing." This way you can get it out of your body and you can sleep at night. So in this phone right now, there is a list of famous teachers that have messaged me personally from the world of Tantra. Some people who I really love and respect. And so many people that I've lost along the way. And I've never messaged them. I just blocked them and I just carried on being an artist. I cannot be surrounded by people who do not celebrate who I am. If these people are policing other people, it is a dangerous space to be in. You do not need that in your life. If you have a weak sense of self, you will crumble to the guru's opinions. And I've seen this over and over again in the spiritual community and the Tantra community. Like, people really value their teachers' opinions because of the mummy and daddy issue. I seek external validation. Tell me I'm doing good. I never listened to my mum and dad. I never listened to anyone else's opinion. There's only a few people I listen to, and they're not even right. But it's nice to hear different aspects and different ways of my problems and how they can potentially be solved, but I will always solve my problems myself. And that's what you can do. You can create and get it out there. You can be yourself and get yourself out there. You can be an artist because you are an artist. You are a healer. You are a teacher. You are a powerful human being, and get yourself out there. People will try and shut you down, and it's up to you to believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you. So thank you everyone for watching this episode. It's been a fiery one, and that's what I like. Thank you for the haters, because like, I am nothing without you. I'm literally nothing. You keep me up in the algorithms. There's been a video made purely about me which almost has hit 1 million views, just about my me being me. It's brilliant. So please, I advise you to subscribe to my channel. My side hustle, which is going to be huge, is basically going to be the thing that everyone will see eventually. But this is where I am the most authentic version of myself. So subscribe, turn on your notifications, and give me a thumbs up if you're watching. And most of all, if you want to like find out anything about sexual health, mental illness, or anything like that, how to like, I realize the thing that will sell is sex hacks, so I'm probably going to start doing that pretty soon. Please follow me on my Instagram. It is the best way to get hold of me, Shaft Uddin. And if there is anyone out there with a beautiful home by a lake and they want me to turn it into a retreat center in Stockholm, I am here. So thank you, I love you, and I set you free. Everything I've spoken about, all the tools and everything that have helped me overcome beliefs, is in the School of Self-Love. If you're finding it hard to connect with others, connect with yourself, and if you're in the world of self-doubt and isolation, please get this beautiful online course. The link is below. I believe in you. I really do. And if anyone is judging me, it doesn't define who I am. It defines who you are. Puss puss, hey door, and I will see you for the last love stream of the week tomorrow.